Welcome back to GBNOBODY. These are the SLRs that are currently available at AK Gel Glass. Now, this particular one has been purchased by a customer and he's asked if I can upgrade it before I ship it out to him. Absolutely I can. Wants a bit more power, a bit more reliability, normal sort of stuff. So these are very, very cool. There's a little detent to push in. If you don't, you'll bust your receiver, because that's what I did with mine. Fucking hole. This holeless barrel. Done. Now the main event. Drop that. Really leaning in to use all the screwdrivers. It's a shame they made such a good looking motor with such cheap magnets. Anyway, trying to talk him into upgrading that. It's a metal gearbox, so there's only 2 screws in the bottom. I love these pistol grips. They feel great and they work great with your motor. Oh, that's right, it's ambi. Oh no. Start on semi-A. No detent on that side. That side has a detent. Something to watch for. Not the biggest spring. Blowback. This activates your mag prime switch, which is very coolly placed down in there. When it goes in, that activates mag prime. That activates your blowback. I love it when they put the screw. You have to pull this off. I like that. Nice wire channel for both the wires. Very nice. It's very tightly together. Not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, why is it picking up all the gears? Yeah, there we go. Decent cast metal gears. Huh, I think it's short 1 tooth. 15. Short stroke by 1 teeth, straight out of the factory. There you go. Off the release side. Pretty ordinary job, but you know, mass production. Not retaining these anyway. Not a shim inside on that one. But we got one for the bevel. Just one. And none. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. One shim in the whole box. But, yeah. These gears they're alright. Seen them plenty of times before. They work. Nothing wrong with them. But he wants better one. Oh. That is a seal. No. Well. It's okay, I got nozzles, but That's decent. 80-ish% cylinder. Part of me can't believe there's no shims. The other part of me, yeah, it's not bad. I'd say they've short stroked it so you don't fuck your wires. That is mighty close. No radiusing. Do some quick calculations. 48mm effective volume. 48mm of travel, pretty much bob on for a 275mm barrel. We could pad that. It's already an iron head, waiting to see if he wants to change piston. Oh, where's my beer? Give me one. Give me yours.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
One hour later.
Right, so here we go. We've done a focus, fuck yeah. Done a very slight radius job on all the corners of the gearbox. Bearings are out, we've now got bushes. This has progressed. What was going to be just put 18:1 SHS gears in it, bigger spring, send it, has turned into now we're going with a brushless motor, new piston head, chosen one of these, which I like. Once you bore the holes out, they breathe pretty well. Nice and light, plastic, shock absorbing, good stuff. I did shave a little bit of that just to be sure. This is now going to be high speed, so also trying out some T238 13:1s. Now they are short stroked by One Tooth factory, which perfect because in this, if our piston goes the full stroke, where wires come out here, not good. I'm probably going to take another tooth or two off, depending on how it sits with the volume and yada yada yada. Also, got a nozzle that seals now, the old classic blue SLR one. T-piece still the same, still seals into the barrel. Perfect, all good stuff. Stock cylinders, got all the cutouts to sit in the gearbox. No problem there. Had a bit of fun with the motor height. Where this sat, just had to leave the... We fucking focus, oh my fucking god. Just had to leave the pinion out. Just, yeah, it's about 1.5 mil. It shouldn't affect it. I've had to do it before on these, just because how this sits in the base plate. That's where it is now. Whoop, hold it, and that's nice and secure. It's not moving anywhere. Where it was before was allowing it to shimmy back and forth. Not ideal. Great motors. Why the end bells are shorter than a normal motor. Yeah, well, you can make it fit a lot of things. To be fair, the bulk of this pinion is still ground into metal and so on. Most of your forces on the teeth out here, so it's done it plenty of times before with these. Just one of those things. It's either that or find another pistol grip that matches the receiver. Good luck with that shit. Yeah, fuck that. Make it work, cunt. Bang on to some shimming. Not recording that. Shimming's boring.
Yeah, you see magic. Got it.
Fucking boss. Had a bit of phone issues resolved now. Long story short is now using a better quality phone and camera. Fucking technology sometimes, right? Anyway, here's where we're at. A 28k brushless T238. Had to see if this works. Boom! Had to hold the pinion out. Yeah, that's not out a lot. Out 1.5 mil. Just off the end of the shaft.
Giggity goo.
Tappet cam kind of sits. It's quite a notable bit back. It just means it's a little bit delayed on these. On their website, they're claiming that it's better for high speed. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. They shave this tooth off, claiming that that's the go. Yeah, I don't see the need, but to be honest, it's one of those pistons where I've also done a little shave on that just to be sure, only minor, and a bit of an angle that way, just to be sure in case it does go a little bit quick and catch in here as it's returning. I don't expect it will. It's going to have a decent enough spring. Probably going to take those two teeth off. These are already short one tooth, which is required on this because all 16 teeth, that'll go to there. Your wires will get pinched by the piston. Not my favorite design. For the length of barrel, I'd recommend short stroking at least 1 or 2 teeth anyway. Because of these gears, it's either short stroking 1 or 3 teeth, because if you remove that, you've got to remove that because you can't be picking up on half a tooth. Bit annoying, but is what it is. Got radius gearbox, get it in the center. Have also AOE padded the cylinder head. Let's check this out. Bit releases 3 teeth. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 more teeth off. I like to short stroke just so there's the piston head clears the port. What that allows is plenty of atmospheric pressure to get in, so your air pressure is retained, and you also get that with the piston head. Once it passes the port, atmospheric pressure can get in nice and easy. Comes in through the nozzle as well, but the main reason I like to go past the cylinder port rather than just to it, which would still be the same volume. If you go past it, it's unimpeded in its acceleration for at least that far. Piston builds momentum, and then it's underway. You lose less feet per second if your piston head passes the port where it's released. And with short stroking, as a general guide with a full cylinder, you lose about 15 feet a second on an M100 for each tooth you take off. This, with 1 tooth off, on an M100, my experience is, because of the porting, it would lose almost nothing or nothing compared to if it had that extra tooth. Even 2 teeth, it's not going to lose 15 feet a second. It's probably more going to lose like 10 feet a second per tooth. We can compensate by chucking an M110 in instead of an M100 if we take 2 more teeth off. Yes, it's a bigger spring, but for the time this is under load being less, it's not under load as much, pulling it all the way back as it would only be pulling it to there. It's under load less time. It's only going to reach the same sprung tension. It's just going to do it in a shorter time of the rotation. Efficiency shit.
It's science.
On a cast gearbox, you also want to limit the size spring you use, so a bit of a balancing act. Let's shim this dog. Quick trip to the grinder. That, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever else you are, is how we short stroke. I put it in a vise, so I basically clamp it where I can't possibly get the grinder on this tooth. Nice and lovely and smooth. Looks rougher than it is because carbon steel does not file nicely, it takes forever, but that is smooth. Beautiful. Nice and round, lovely, straight, no burrs, nothing to catch on. In fact, if we look here, the indents from the machining where the teeth is actually, that is worse than my job. With an angle grinder and a vise, like that. So, lovely, lovely.
How lovely!
Give everything a nice clean with alcohol and we'll smack this motherfucker together.
Charming.
He's also been a very good boy. XT30s are great, but he wants Deans. Love your work, buddy. These wires seem adequate, so no need to change them. Quite fortunate. Job's ballooned quite a bit as it is, but we're shimmed, ready to clean, slap together and see how it goes. Yep. He's nearly ready. That's craftsmanship, sir.
Feel the quality of that. That's craftsmanship, sir.
So, shaved down quite a bit. Try to smooth it out as nice as we could. Clears that piston nicely, no blowback. Lovely. Slap this fucker together, see how it goes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
We're getting there. So, safe. I do hope that's just on the cutoff lever. Could be. Anyway, before we proceed jamming a brushless motor in, it is nice to check for shorts. That's good. Marvelous. Peace of mind. And I've locked the bolt back. Fucking spastic. Moving on. Fucking always lose that. Sounds alright. Beauty. Sort that out for him. Fucking one of every fucking size of Allen key in the collection. Yeah, the wires, Rock. The wires. There we go. You need the spring, dickhead. Ah, got fucking fingernail in it. They're handy, but fuck me. Neat. And no blowback. That's right, you were jammed in there. Fucking D10.
A few moments later.
Oh, come on, why make it toolless if you need a fucking tool?
You had one job to do.
Oh, one thing I didn't check is, does it fire? Yeah. Cool. I'll leave the tape on. Ooh, there we go. I think this turned out pretty good. I think you'll be pretty happy with it, bud. Total of the work. Put no yet. There. Fuck. Put an AOE pad on the nylon cylinder head. AOE correction, not required. It helps a little, not required. On a cast gearbox, great things. A little bit more cushion for that piston smacking the front end. Also radius. I've also put a nice SHS nylon piston head which bored the holes out. Bit better seal, bit better, relief on the vacuum side of things. It's short stroke 3 teeth. Yes, this has an M110 in it, doing more like M100 power because it's short 3 teeth. That's basically an efficiency thing. Once you pass support, it's wasted energy. Short stroking, bigger spring, works out the same as using an M100. Also doesn't risk those wires in the back and the buffer tube section, which is a nice thing. Blowback has been disabled, which, bolt catch, mag prime, all that still functions. Neat stuff. Sexy SLR, really. Really like them. I've done him the favour of changing to Dean's. That's what he asked for. XT30s are fine, especially with a brushless motor that you should never be using over 30 amps in a gel blaster anyway. I used his XT30 to make him some adapters. That way he can still use it's got a couple of XT30 batteries. He's covered. Nice, because I'm a nice guy. Nozzle, there is no O-ring in the standard nozzle. I don't understand why you'd use an alloy nozzle and not put an O-ring in. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, $10. Bushes, he's now got the SHS Slims. Really, probably could have put the full-size oilless SHS bushes in. There was shitloads of room for shimming. Delightful barrel with the hole in it is not in there. We've got 5mm extra length of barrel and a barrel without a hole. I think these pistons would be just fine, but because he's gone brushless gears, piston, and everything, it was like, you know what, for the small outlay of a piston and piston head, let's do that. Trying out the T238 CNC basic gears. The pro ones have just got a helical bevel and pinion. They're short stroked, one tooth with that half tooth missing. Bit annoying. I will talk to T238 about that. It's just not required. It really isn't. You're still going to pre-engage on the first tooth, even if the half tooth. It just makes no sense. If it had had a full tooth, I would have only taken 2 off and probably would have got the power up a little more. Yeah, well, one of those things. But 3 teeth off, it's still getting power. T238 28K brushless motor. I fucking love these. Great value. Sounds good with the gears. Really, motor, gears, nozzle, piston head, bushes, and an M110 spring. Well, fair. How does she sound? I think it came up pretty tasty. We're on a 7.4. You got to put it in, idiot. Mag Prime still works. Just a neat thing to have. I don't recommend using it at games and so on. Safe. Semi. No. Whoa. That's 7.4. No one uses 7.4. Let's go. Straight up to the 11. Safe. Semi. That big aluminium suppressor makes such a noise. Pumps out a good bit of air. Let's go see what she does. Boss. Lovely. Gentleman's SLR. Why the fuck did they even bring a 7-volt in here? Got a mag full of lovely jizz. Mag Prime. This is a long feed tube. It's some people might be sick of the foam. I'm not. It's a good bit of fun, but let's see what this thing is up to. Oh well. Alright, that's gone. $1,620 rounds a minute. $1,620 rounds a minute. Maths is no good for me today. Goes through that big long mag like nobody's business. She empty. What we got going on? Oh, we've got the last 15 shots. Look, average 317, minimum 313, max 320. Yeah, let's reset that. Let's make a mess of some foam. It is fun. Using the classic SLR mag for these bigger balls. No reason, just I don't want to wear his mag out.
Slightly bigger. It is a 7.5mm barrel, so 330, 300, 290. Come on. I have got a very strong shortened return spring in it. Tends to throw balls that aren't nicely fitting the barrel down the barrel a little bit. You will lose a bit, but he wanted this for full auto fun anyway, so. Empties them out so fast. Always empty your balls out of your magazine, people. These balls are about they're 6 months old. They're the original Ultra Elite V2s that are left in water for 24 hours. They're 6 months old. Newer batches in Australia, yeah, not so good. Nah, wouldn't leave them in over 2.5 hours. Watch your grow times, but the old ones, well, look, they're still going. Does bring it down a little bit. That's old gels for you. Learn to grow gels. Definitely got somewhere. Yes, it is making a mess. But there's, I mean, yeah, you know, it made a little dent on my can. My precious antique cans.
I hit it!
My cans! My precious antique cans!
Because I'm an idiot, barrel stabilizing O-ring has come out. Need it to stabilize your barrel, yeah. It's also conveniently going to go all the way down there. Won't affect performance, will affect accuracy. Look at that, we can go through the M-locks. Get in there, get in there, you dirty little whore. Yeah, jam it in your black barrel. There we go. No movement in the barrel now. One thing I'm yet to figure out is, see there's a rim around here. It is two pieces, but they're either solidly thread locked or glued. So fitting a hop up, bit of a task. Come on, demonstrate. Because your inner barrel's there. It's down in there. It's about that far till the end of the inner barrel. So it's a nice amount of room for a hop up. Catch being to fit, say, your riser, LDT universals, you know, inner barrel mounted hop ups. You would have to take the upper off, pull the barrel out of the T-piece, connect your hop up, then there is plenty of room for that to slide in, then bring it back, attach your T-piece to your barrel again, and then you would be taking that off to adjust the hop up. A bit of an oversight there, JingJi. Of course you could just put a suppressor that makes sense and it's a bit easier to take the whole thing off. Would take away from what I think is a really cool aesthetic. Yeah, just one of those things, I guess. All the fun's still there. Big walking mag. Well, I think it come out all right. It's not going to use a lot of battery. Brushless motor, short stroked, yada yada yada. 13-to-1s. T238 gears, I think have come up really well. Sounds good, pumps out the rounds. 27 balls a second at 300 plus sucks at close range. If you are at a game with that and you're outdoors full autoing, yeah, to be a nice person with some respect for the people you're playing with, you would switch it to semi when you rock into CQB. Well, I would. A lot of wankers that don't, but you know who you fucking are. If you're in CQB and semi is polite and respectful to the people you're playing with. So, yeah, don't be a fuckhead. Grow the community. Gears, motor, inner barrel, piston head, nozzle, and bushers with an M110.
they come out all right. You could bump the spring up. I'd probably recommend against it because the cast gearbox, you want to preserve what you have. Even with nylon cylinder head that's been AOE padded, radiusing, the piston is lighter with a much harder rack and a flatter head, nice volume and seals. Like, everything's been done to ensure it lasts, but it is a cast box. You want to make it last as long as possible. If you were to step up to like a M120, yes, you get more power. You start really smacking the front end with an M120. I haven't had extensive experience with this gearbox. In fact, this is the first one I've worked on. Mine, yeah, I happily jam an M120 and see how it goes. But, you know, that's mine. I can get another gearbox and put an LDX in. LDX, yeah, they could fit. Plenty of them available somewhere. I don't know where it is. Where's that? Oh, maybe it's over here, job last year. You should go have a look there if you want one. Wanker. But yeah, thank you for letting me trick up your SLR, Mr. You know who you are. Changing the spring in these is quite the breeze. Semi 7-volt fire. Make sure the piston's as far forward as possible, and would jam your big spring in, twist. Make sure your wires are down because they follow the same fucking hole. Bit of a poor design. I would take the buffer tube off. Then, you know, it's right there. It's nice and easy to access. You could put an M100 in this. I did try it with an M100. It was around sort of 290. If you go by, you roughly lose 15 feet a second on an M100 per tooth of short stroking. It's done all right. On an M110, losing 15 odd feet a second, yeah, it's about where it is. It's, you know, 310, 320. Yeah. Good spot to, if you want to have accuracy and range. You can still keep your gels on a path with a hop up without just forever chasing your tail trying to get that nice straight shooting gel blaster. This is the area you really want to hang around in for an outdoor blaster, in my opinion. You can go to 340, you start to get a bit of Christmas treeing effect with your gels. They just whoop wherever they want at the end. You're playing with barrel stabilization and hop ups and so on for a lot more effort just to bring your groupings in at that extra meter that they probably won't feel and call anyway, so just get closer. Well, I had a lot of fun tricking this up, in all honesty. Fuck you, mate. All the stuff I have in this was going to go in mine. Mine is still sitting over there, stock as a rock, actually with the hole in the barrel still. I've got to order the motor and gears again. Meh, the joys. I'd rather keep others happy than trick up my shit that I probably won't use because I've got fucking 60 others to choose from. It doesn't matter much. Anyway, hope you enjoy, bud. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, fucking blah. It's been a real treat having everyone's interactions and, you know, views, making this garbage for you. Why the fuck are you watching this? Surely there's better shit. Surely this fucking cool little blaster. Like, JingJi really come a long way with this. But, you know, ambi stuff is almost lined up. Like, even $600 blasters do the same sort of thing where they're just a little bit on the piss and that little bit of play. You can use this side to select. It's a bit stiff, it's a bit janky. Anything that's ambi, I recommend using the master side, slave side sort of I recommend just using it as you can see what mode you're in, carrying it around without looking at that side. Looks cool. In reality, the way shit works is it's just not a reliable, perfect system. There's always a bit of play, there's always a bit of jiggle, there's always a little bit of stiff feeling, whereas this side's beautiful. Still works. I mean, thoroughly recommend not using that side. Yeah, one of those things. Anyway, cheers for watching GBNOBODY. More cool builds coming up. Like, share, subscribe. Check out akgelblasterau.com if you want to pick one of these up for yourself and, you know, have your little upgrade queen as well. Really cool blaster. Actually, on one hand, a little bit disappointed I didn't get to do this to mine first. No, it's always an honor to work on a customer's blaster. Every job I get is like massive honor, massive privilege in my mind. I enjoy it. The trust alone that someone lets me fuck with their shit means a lot to me. Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Envious and delighted for the privilege of doing up your blaster bait. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you just continue to come back and enjoy some nonsense with me. Oh, that's a fucker, isn't it? When did you cut yourself? I don't fucking know. Won't focus anyway. Fuck's that about? Now you have to check and make sure I haven't bled on your blaster. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.